Hello, and welcome to Love Conversations with Mayowa. This podcast seeks to bring real-life unsaid issues on dating relationships among young Christian folks and present solutions that ensure a smooth relationship sail, as God will love it for you to have it. So, get ready to come on board with me. You're welcome to Love Conversations. I still remain your host, Mayowa. Thank you so very much for tuning in today. Thank you so very much for always tuning in, for always making yourself available to listen to every episode of this podcast. I do not take you for granted. This is me saying right from the bottom of my heart, thank you so very much, and I really do love you. So here on this week's episode, I would be discussing a topic which I tagged handling personal conflicts. I should start by saying that the fact that a relationship is godly does not guarantee that it would be a conflict-free relationship. We all know that relationship involves the coming together of two different people with varying personalities, varying viewpoints, coming together to form a union. And because of the differences between these people, the differences of opinions, differences of personality, differences of viewpoints, and so on and so forth, conflict, disagreement are bound to happen. And oftentimes this is tied to a lack of understanding between these two folks. When they fail to understand each other's differences, feelings, when they fail to accommodate each other's flaws, each other's failures, each other's perspectives, tastes, experiences, beliefs, opinions, and every other thing you could think of. God does not in any way vouch for conflicts in any kind of relationship, because a relationship that is built on conflict, or a relationship that has conflict tied around it, will not fulfill God's purpose on the long run. Why? Because conflict creates division, and this is not God's plan. This is not God's intent for your relationship. I was reading a post online some days ago about godly relationships, and the writer of the post said something. She said that one of the ways the devil has a foothold in a relationship, especially a relationship that is of the kingdom, a purposeful relationship, a godly relationship, is through conflict. Because it knows that if everything is well in that relationship, it will lead to an advancement in the kingdom of God. Like, the two people coming together to be in a relationship will be a force against the kingdom of darkness, and he knows that this would be a great disadvantage to him. So one of the ways he uses to disrupt the purpose of God, the purpose of Christ in a godly relationship, is by throwing balls of conflict at it and doing everything possible to bring her out to that relationship just for his own good. Then you just see people beginning to fight over things not necessary. You see them fight over or argue over irrelevant things, argue over trivial things and all of that. You see them getting angry easily over things that shouldn't even get you mad at all. I want to talk about a post which I saw on Instagram, and this would be an example. The writer of the post spoke about his marriage. He said that there was a day where himself and his wife had an argument over who would cut the hair of the child. Maybe what sort of tool, either to use a scissors or something like that, to cut the hair of their child. And then I couldn't really remember what happened, but it was just all about the cutting of the child's hair. And then it all erupted into a major fight, such that they began to argue over something as trivial as that, and it created a great misunderstanding between them. According to the man, he said that was an attack from the devil, and he was saved by the call of his friend, who sensed by the Spirit that something was wrong between the man and his wife, that they should do all they could to resolve that fight on time, and they shouldn't allow the devil a foothold in their marriage. It was after this call that the man now realized that what they were even arguing about was nothing at all. So he had to call his wife, explain things to her, and then they resolved the issue. So every relationship that has kingdom purpose will always experience attacks, throws, and kicks from the devil, and it starts from something very little, which would lead into conflict. And if care is not taken, it would erupt and turn into something else, and eventually bringing the relationship to a stop, or disrupting or delaying God's plan and purpose through that relationship on earth. You should not in any way give room for conflict at all in your relationship. I've heard people say that whenever their partner did something to them and got them really angry, like maybe I don't know, maybe it's ego, or I don't even know, like they just intentionally ghost their partner. They wouldn't talk to them for that day, even till I don't know, whenever. They would not talk to them till the person comes rolling on the floor, begging, going to radio stations, TV stations, going all over the internet to say they are sorry before. I was only joking about that though. Before they can finally forgive them. It shouldn't be done. Set your relationship in such a way that you guys would have a rule that you would not sleep over issues, you would not sleep over conflict until it is resolved. Create a no grudge rule in your relationship. If your partner offends you, you shouldn't just keep to yourself and start acting up. Let them know at that instant. Let them know, like immediately, okay, you did this and this and this, and I am angry. You shouldn't have done this. And then you guys will you come to a common ground where you would resolve the issue. You talk about it, you resolve the issue. Where need be, you guys will apologize to each other. Just make sure that you do not carry whatever issue that has affected your relationship, whatever issue that is bothering your mind that your partner did or whatever. Make sure that you do not carry it over till the next day. Make sure that you always get the issue resolved almost immediately. You will be doing yourself a great favor. You'll be doing your relationship a great favor by this. And this will, in fact, close doors against the devil from carrying out his plans, or from him throwing kicks and stones against your relationship. I said earlier that conflict creates division. So when you guys see to it that you get every issue resolved, you get every conflict resolved, you guys will be bonded. Like there will be nothing that will come against you. There will be no division, there will be no schism, there will be nothing that will come against you nor hurt your relationship. Quite a whole lot of things could cause conflict in relationship. I mentioned the differences in personalities earlier. You guys did not grow up together. You had different parents, you grew up with different siblings. Possibly you did not grow up in the same environment. You were not raised the same way. You have varying viewpoints, you have varying perceptions about life. All of this could come together to cause conflict. You may not get to agree on everything all the time, but what should be your major concern should not be the conflict exactly, but on how to resolve the conflict, how to resolve the issue in the healthiest way possible. Conflict not handled properly will create division. Conflict not handled properly would breed hatred. Conflict not handled properly will build sin. Conflict not handled properly would open the gate for the devil. Conflict not handled properly may kill your zeal or your passion as regards what you want to do or what you always love to do. So no matter what happens, no matter the issue, make sure that you always seek resolution immediately. Like find all the means to seek resolution, to get it resolved, to get it settled. Bring down your ego. Do not allow your ego to get in the way. Do everything you could do to get it resolved. Apologize where necessary. Make things work. Do as much as possible to live in peace. Forgive. We are believers and it is our nature, so we do not find it difficult to forgive. Always walk in the spirit at all times. Let go of grudges and let love lead. Forgive easily and let go of conflict. Let love lead. I was in a conversation with a friend, and he was telling me that each time himself and his babe has just a little misunderstanding between them, like it really affects him. He gets all stressed up, his heart begins to palpitate so much. He has anxiety. Sometimes he's unable to pray properly, to pray as long as he ought to. Sometimes it even affects his sleep such that he wouldn't be able to sleep as he should. So all of these things actually are true. Some people even get to the point of depression when they are in conflict with their partners or just with anybody. Conflict is that strong in that aspect. Now it can lead to stress, and it has the capacity to build emotional wall between the people involved such that you wouldn't communicate to each other as you ought to. You would find it difficult to even say I love you to each other, stuff like that. Why go through all of this physical stress? Why go through all of this emotional stress when you can get it resolved, which is the way out of all of this? That was why I said that your concern should not be about the conflict itself, but how you are going to get it resolved. That should be your major concern immediately it happens. And this brings us to what do you do? How do you get conflict resolved as they happen? Number one is to be calm as much as you can and be respectful. Do not cross the lines. No matter what happens, do not get to the point where you would start insulting your partner, where you would start lashing them words, where you would start like yelling at them and all of that. Just stay calm as much as you can and focus on getting the issue resolved. Also, communicate. Whatever happens and whenever it happens, always give room for a open and honest and transparent communication. Communicate openly about everything. Communicate about what is wrong, what is bothering you. If they did something wrong that you do not like, do not just keep to yourself and start acting up and start building up grudges within your heart. Let them know. Tell it to them what they did. Okay, you did so and so thing. I did not like it. It really pained me. It got to me. Tell them. Let them know what is going on. People are not mind readers. So until you communicate, until you let them know, that is a sure way of getting the conflict resolved. So they should know what they did or what they do, and you guys will talk about it and apologize to each other where necessary. Also, find some middle ground. I said earlier that one of the major ways through which conflicts happen is differences in perception, personalities, opinions, and so on and so forth. So just learn to compromise. You guys are different. You were not raised the same way. You were not brought up by the same parents. Possibly you are not brought up in the same environment, in the same society. So whatever varying opinions or varying personalities you have, always find a way to strike a balance between what you want and what you are comfortable with. You guys just need to sit together to make it work, and you should also learn to compromise. Love is all about compromise, so you should learn to compromise. Find a middle ground and strike a balance. Another way is to be direct in your approach. Just go straight to the point. Whatever it is that is doing you, just go straight to the point. Don't start taking multiple shortcuts and go through another route before you now get to the point exactly. Just state what is bothering you. Say it directly. Complain to them. Don't start stringing indirect words together to express how you feel. Approach the situation directly. Approach the problem. Approach the issue directly. Do not start, mincing words. Go straight to the point. Say exactly how you feel. Just go straight to the point. Do not start speaking or expressing your feeling indirectly. Maybe your partner did something now and you're now acting up, like just for them to get exactly what is wrong with you. Most of the time they may not really get it, and that wouldn't even solve the issue for you. So don't start acting up. Rather, speak up. Tell them what is bothering you. Tell them what they did that was wrong in order to get the issue resolved. I feel some of us are actually guilty of this. Maybe your partner did something wrong and they are not just recognizing the fact, and you just want them to know it, and they just come online to chat you up. Okay, so the conversation will now go like this: how are you? And you reply, fine. Have you eaten? Yes. What did you eat? Food. Are you sure you are fine? Yes. Did I do something wrong? No. Just be giving them one word answer and all of that, just to make them see that you are actually angry. But then you are not verbalizing it. You are not saying how you are feeling. You are not expressing the way you feel. So you just leave them guessing and all of that. And some of them, when they get tired, they will just say, okay. They may not even want to continue the conversation until you are fine. Maybe then you now come back to them and tell them, you actually did something wrong and you did not ask me, and you saw that I was acting up, you saw that I was not responding so well, and you did not bother to probe further and all of that. My point here exactly is to stop being indirect in your approach. Stop acting up. Be direct. Go straight to the point. If they did something wrong, just complain. You did this, you did that, you did that. You've taken a step in getting the whole issue resolved. Okay, so another thing is to talk to people. Talk to your mentors, talk to your spiritual oversight if the conflict is getting out of hand. When you guys see that it has really gotten out of hand and you may not be able to handle it all by yourself, maybe you just cannot stop fighting over trivial issues, you just cannot stop arguing over meaningless things, and it is really causing a major conflict in your relationship such that it is almost leading to division, it is almost leading to a break, and you guys cannot even handle it anymore. So you should just find people that you trust, that you can talk to, maybe your family members, mentors, your spiritual oversight, your leaders in church, your spiritual parents. Just talk to them. Okay, so now on to the last but definitely not the least. This is in fact the most important of all, and it is prayers. Yes, prayers will solve a whole lot of things for you in your relationship. Do not wait until you are married before you get to prayers. You can start sowing seeds of prayer as you guys are still dating. Sow seeds of prayer as you are dating. Sow seeds of prayer ahead of you into your marriage. Prayer will really help you guys bond together. It will really help you guys stay out of conflict. It will really help you guys work towards keeping your relationship. My pastor made a post, and she said in that post that relationships don't work because you want them to. They work because you pray them to. So the fact that you desire in your heart that you want your relationship to work, that alone will not make it work. Rather, it is the prayers you invest in your relationship that would actually make it to work. So it is your prayers that would make your relationship to work, and not your desires, not your wishes. Prayers will keep you guys together. It will help you forgive each other easily. It will keep the devil away from you. It will make you guys see that saying sorry is not a sign of weakness. It will guide you on your responses to differences. It will help you to love each other well as you ought to. It will also help you to walk in God's purpose for you, for your life, for your relationship. So do not trivialize prayers. No time is too early to pray. As soon as you guys are in a relationship already, you should pray. Take time out to pray over your relationship. Pray together, pray individually. Also pray ahead into your marriage. It will really help you, and it will save you a whole lot of trouble. It will save you from a whole lot of conflict, and ultimately you would be able to walk in God's plan and purpose for your lives. Okay, so it's a wrap on today's episode. I believe you've learned one thing or two. It's so great to have you tune in today, and I want to say a very big thank you once again for always coming, for always tuning in. Thank you so very much. Okay, you can follow Love Conversations on Instagram at The Love Conversations. Also, do well to share the link of this podcast to your friends and your loved ones. Share it across your social media platforms so that people would be able to learn from this. People would be able to have the knowledge needed to paddle their relationship the right way. Your relationship can be free of errors. Your relationship can be free of conflict. Yes, it can be free of conflict. when you are given to the right knowledge and through the help of the Holy Spirit within you. I promise to come your way again next week with another insightful episode. But before then, stay on top of your game. Pray always for your relationship. Pray always for your partner. Pray always into your future. Speak words over your life. Speak words over your relationship. Speak words ahead into your marriage, and see things work out just as you have confessed. Till I come your way again next week, always remember that God loves you so very much and wants the best for you. I still remain Mayowa. God has blessed you.